Hi, I'm Christina Cooper, and not so very long ago I was just like you. I was in a lot of pain and desperate to get better. It took me a long time, over 30 years and over $100,000, so you won't have to. I'm more than happy to share my success story with you so that you can find one for yourself. So let me give you a little bit of my history so you get an idea. Starting in my 20s, I started to get sick once in a blue moon. I'd get violently ill, vomiting and diarrhea for 3 or 4 hours. But then it started getting worse. It started happening once a month and then once a week until it was 4 or 5 times a week. And that was over a 30-year period. It just kept getting worse. And because it was happening so often, I was exhausted. Everything hurt. I had to cut back on my hours, so I was earning less money. I I didn't know where to turn anymore, but I knew something had to change because I couldn't continue that way anymore. I had to find a solution. And I'd gone to doctors. I'd been scoped 6 ways to Sunday. They ran all their tests, scratched their heads, and didn't know what to tell me, which was not helpful. So I started researching on my own because I knew the doctors weren't going to be able to help me. And I started trying Eastern therapies. And some of them helped a little bit. Some of them helped not at all. And all the things that I tried gave me a little bit of hope, but nothing lasted. And I didn't want to keep going back to practitioners every couple of weeks. I wanted to find something that would last and heal my body completely. So I don't want to stick a Band-Aid on a problem. I wanted to get to the root cause, find the reason, heal it, and be done with it. And that's what I found. Let's see, about 8 years ago now, a friend of mine told me about a new therapy that has existed in Europe for over 40 years now, but it was new to this country. And I had to try it. I just had a good feeling about it. So when the inventor came to Boston, I drove out to meet with him, had my first session, and felt great for 2 weeks. That was huge. I got relief for 2 weeks where I didn't get sick at all, and I thought, whoa, we're onto something. But then it didn't last. And I thought, well, you know what? I've been sick for a really long time. It's going to take more than one treatment. So in my head, I knew I was going to give it at least a dozen treatments to get results and to give it a fair shake. So when he came back to this country, because it wasn't offered here at the time, I had a second session and then a third. And at that point, I thought, wow, I'm really onto something here. I have to learn more about this. So I flew to Rotterdam to work with him, to learn at the foot of the master, literally, and to find out how to do this magic. And so while I was training with him there, he was kind enough to make dinner for us. And I sat there and watched him make the stir fry until he took out a bottle of soy sauce and poured it all over everything. And all the hairs on my body stood at attention and I broke out in a cold sweat because I'd figured out that I had a really, really bad soy allergy. And as some of you probably already know, soy is in everything. Soybean oil, soy protein, soy sauce. So I thought, oh my gosh. So I said, this is generous of you, but I really can't eat that dinner. If you'll give me a little bowl of rice, I'll be more than happy. And he said, well, why not? And I said, well, I'm really allergic to soy. And he said, so we'll treat you. And I thought, well, okay, I'll try anything to get rid of the soy allergy. I mean, I'm game. So he took some soy, he put on a piece of paper, he put it in the instrument, gave me a glass rod to hold, ran a 40-second treatment and said, okay, no more soy allergy, let's eat. And I thought, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. And I said, you don't understand. I said, I don't just break out in a rash. I wind up in the emergency room. I get really, really sick. And he said, well, don't you trust me? And I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now, right? My back was really against the wall. So praying a lot, I took the food and put it in my mouth, and I started eating this soy product. And I thought, oh my goodness, I felt like I was holding a gun to my head and I was going to pull the trigger knowing that there was a bullet in the chamber and I was going to shoot myself, literally, because that had been my pattern. I didn't get away with a little bit of soy. It just didn't exist for me. It was violently, violently sick. So I thought, okay, fine. I know my body. It's 8 o'clock. I'll start getting sick at 11. I'll be sick from 11 to 3. I'll sleep from 3 to 7, and then we'll have breakfast in our business meeting, and we'll go from there. So 10:30, I start to brace myself, praying that I won't wind up in a hospital in a foreign country. And then nothing was happening. 11 o'clock, nothing was happening. I thought, well, you know, my body's jet lagged. It doesn't know what time it is. It's confused. But I better get some sleep now, because if it starts happening later, I won't get any sleep at all and I won't be able to function tomorrow. So I went to bed. I woke up at 7 o'clock in complete shock. I thought, oh my goodness, I didn't get sick at all. This is a freaking miracle for me. I thought, if I do nothing else but help people get rid of their food allergies, this will be a huge service for anyone who comes in my office or anyone I can treat remotely. I mean, I thought, this is huge. But studying with Johan, I found out so many other things that the Shren does. It's, you know, really created miracles, and I've seen it with my clients over the years. It's fantastic. So I'm excited to be able to share it with you. In my journey, I also learned a lot of different things that also aid in speeding up this process and bringing the body into balance, because the body does the healing. I just help you find your balance, and then the body takes over and resolves everything else. So if you scroll down below, you'll listen to the testimonials, read the testimonials of a lot of success stories. And those are just a fraction of what I have on my website. And you please go there and look too. But I just want to let you know there's hope. What will you do when you don't hurt anymore? Can you even think that far ahead? I know I couldn't. What memories will you create? Who will you spend time with? What will you do that you haven't been able to do for a while? Those are some things I want you to get excited about, because you can have it all. There is hope. And I'm really looking forward to getting started with you so that I can get you to the place where you realize it for yourself. So scroll down to the bottom. You'll learn more about me. You'll learn about why I created customized healing solutions. I got tired of doctors trying to stick me in a box and label me and find some prescription to write. Because I found out, I wasn't to blame. It was the fault of the doctors and big pharma who didn't know any better. They just wanted to write a script like, slapping a Band-Aid on a problem, and they didn't care about the side effects. They didn't care about the long-term harm it was doing to my body. They just didn't have any answer, and their answer is always drugs. And I wanted something simple, something easy on my body, something that didn't have any negative side effects and was going to be permanent. And that's what I found. So check out the offer below, look at the bonuses, and then I invite you to click on the button. Once you do that, you'll be sent a questionnaire. I want you to fill out the questionnaire and return it to me. Schedule your 15-minute consult with me. Make sure I have 24 hours between when I get the questionnaire back and you schedule your appointment, so I have time to prepare for it. Because I like to give myself at least 45 minutes to an hour to prepare, a program that's viable for you. And I want to familiarize myself with your situation. So give me that amount of time and schedule your appointment and we'll get started. I really look forward to working with you. Until I see you soon, take care.